call it the firing line. I'm just going to give you some names of guys you've worked with or shared locker rooms with. You just give me a very brief description or your impressions of if you liked them, or a quick story, whatever you want it to be. And the first one is the Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher.
Oh man, they were crazy. They're in Florida now. Them guys first started, they were full of energy, and we had some great matches with them, and two good guys.
Yeah. Did you wrestle them in Smokey as well as WWF?
I think maybe a couple times, maybe.
Yeah. The next one is Big Bubba Rogers.
Big Bubba Rogers. Yeah, he was at Atlanta TV, and we needed a big guy, and he was green, and he got a spot, and he ran with it.
Mm. Did you see the time when Dusty smashed the chair over his head, and he knows, like the wooden chair, and they forgot to tell us what happened?
It just hung around his neck, you know. The chair hung around his neck. Big Bubba, when he first started, he would come at us, and we'd bow up at him, keep him back. You know, he didn't know no better. He just kept coming. Yeah, he made us back up.
Hey man, he got
another
over.
Another good guy gone too soon.
Yeah, absolutely. The next one's the Mulkey Brothers.
The Mulkey Brothers never won a match before. They won one match, and it's down in history.
Was it the Midnights they beat?
Don't make me lie to you. I don't know.
No, fair enough.
It was George South and somebody else up under a hood.
Oh, there you go then.
I was just told.
Chris with the run in there with the information. Next one, Baby Doll.
Baby Doll, she was funny. She's still funny.
Yeah.
She's a good girl.
Jim Ross.
Jim Ross, a little short interview one time was in Mid-South. Get ready to do an interview, 5, 4, 3, 2, and he let out the biggest fart. and we couldn't go off air because we were live. So 5, 4, 3, 2, he let it out. 1, you're on. And Jim Ross, if you ever see the clip, he goes, "Boys, it's a smelly situation, isn't it?" and then the interview continues.
Fantastic. Ivan and Nikita Koloff.
Ivan and Nikita. Ivan was a machine. He would go all night long. Great worker. Nikita, big and strong, was real green when I first met him. Taught him a lot, and now he's preaching.
Yep. I don't know if you know any inside information, but I'd love to know if you do. Why is Ivan Koloff not in the WWE Hall of Fame?
You know what? That's a shame. He should have been there a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, he was a champion there. He beat Bruno Sammartino. He should be there.
Yeah. I don't know what's holding him back, but I'd love to know. Next one, Jimmy Del Rey.
Jimmy Del Rey. He come in when he come in to do the spot. We didn't think he was going to make it, just the way his appearance was, but he did a fantastic job.
One of the craziest people. Sorry.
Another guy going too soon.
Yeah. One of the craziest people on the road.
Craziest people, myself. Me, I like to drive fast. Like the other day, Ricky said, "Robert, are you in a hurry?" I said, "No, why?" He said, "You're doing 108.
Oh, maybe you were in a hurry.
No. You get paid. You don't get paid to be on the road. That's the way I was taught. Just drive.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you some more names. Buzz Sawyer.
Buzz Sawyer, him and Tommy Rich had great matches back in the day. That was before my time.
Mm-hmm. Rick Steiner.
Rick Steiner, he used to slam me somehow. He would slam me, and I would end up on top of him. I don't know how he did it. He would slam me, flip, and I'd be on top of him.
Is he one of the? I know he doesn't get the credit for being maybe one of the strongest wrestlers out there, but he just looks scary, strong, terrifying dude.
He was.
Arn Anderson.
Arn Anderson. He's another good worker. One time we were in Charleston, he was drunk. and his partner took care of him. We took care of him. He kept saying, "We're fired. I'm fired." Nobody ever knew it. We got through the match and everything. It was good.
Good man. I mean, that's what you're for.
One night in the ring, and the same night You know how Arn would step out and get on the crowd? He stepped through them ropes to get on somebody and fell flat on his face.
Oh, no.
Ole put him in the corner and said, "Don't fucking move." Well, the boys took care of each other back then.
Absolutely.
But Elvis never knew it.
Yeah. Mark and Jay Briscoe.
Who?
Mark and Jay, the Briscoe brothers, the new ones.
Oh, the new ones. I'm wrestling them coming up here in about 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Is this for GCW or somebody else?
It's for Big Time Wrestling.
Big Time Wrestling. There you go. Well, there you go. Look out for that in a couple of weeks. I'll give you maybe a few more. Chris Adams.
Chris Adams, the one that passed away?
Yeah, the English guy.
Yeah, gentleman Chris Adams.
Yep.
Tremendous worker, great guy. I only met him a little time when I did my appearances in Dallas.
PG-13, that's Wolfie D and Jamie Dundee.
Yeah, Jamie Dundee, funny. Wolfie's a good guy. We're asking them one night, and they were saying, "Y'all old school, we'll blow y'all up." Me and Ricky went out there, and we gave him a little lesson. We had Jamie throwing up. We just throw his ass out of the ring, told him to get his breath. Get your breath and come back in. Yeah, we got done. He was like,
yeah. Terry Runnels.
Terry Reynolds. Remember her back when she was married to Gold Dust. Good girl.
Eddie Guerrero. Now, you tagged with Eddie Guerrero very briefly, I believe.
Yeah, when I first met him, that was back in the WCW days, very briefly. And we wrestled him one night in Gainesville. And I said, "What you want to do?" He said, "Mr. Gibson, whatever you want to do." I said, "No, I'll let you call it." He said, "No, I'm listening to you." So, great worker, good guy.
What did you
do?
Another
one gone too soon.
What did you do? Do you remember?
What did he do?
Yeah.
In the match, I don't remember.
Oh, all right then. Okay.
But I had a lot of good matches with his uncle and his brothers.
Jackie,
Chavo and Hector.
Chavo, Hector, and
Chavo and Hector
Mando,
Guerrero.
and Mando as well.
Mondo's a baby.
Yeah. No, Eddie's the baby, isn't he? I thought he was the youngest.
He is. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Before I met him, Mondo was a baby. Yeah. Go ahead.
Jackie Crockett.
Jackie Crockett, cameraman. He was funny. He was a black sheep of the Crockett's.
So he was the fun one.
He was a fun
one. Tommy Rich.
Tommy Wildfire Rich. I was just in Vegas with him. We went out to Hoover Dam. Me, him, and Ricky, and Doug Gilbert. We all did the tour out there, and we did 6 days at Cauliflower Alley. That was pretty fun.
I'm hoping to be in Vegas next year as well. I want to see the Hoover Dam, so that'll be something. I'll give you 3 more. Joey Janela.
Joey Janela. I've met him a few times. He's all right.
Wayne Ferris.
Wayne Ferris. He's remember he was the Blonde Bombers.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Larry Lathan. We did a match in Tupelo, Mississippi. That's when me and my brother were together. They were the Blonde Bombers, and I was young. We were wrestling. It had a Tupelo concession stand fight. So Danny Davis handcuffed me to the top rope. They dragged my brother in the concession stand, so I can't get loose. And they beat the crap out of my brother. Out of nowhere, fans went to their car, and they came back with wire cutters. They cut me loose. I'm trying to stay away from them. They grabbed me and actually cut me loose. Then I had to go continue fighting.
How many concession stand brawls were there over the years in Memphis?
I'd say a lot. I was only involved in one of them.
Yeah. I know it's a weird question, but how do they start? Do they start in the stands, or do they start in the ring and then it just happens?
Start in the ring, on the floor, to the front door, to the concession stand.
Yeah. And the last one, and everyone's always got a story, Andre the Giant.
Me and Andre?
Yeah.
Okay. I met Andre when I was 13. My brother and Andre were good friends. First time I met him, we went to the steakout to eat breakfast in Pensacola. It's 100 degrees, 98 degrees He had a shirt. Andre's shirt was unbuttoned. He went to the restaurant. And they wouldn't let him in until he buttoned his shirt up. And my brother told the manager or whoever the guy was, he says, you need to let this guy come in here and eat because he's going to spend a lot of money. So they put him there, let him eat. I never seen a giant eat. You know, he ate so much, and the manager was happy, like, please come back. He taught me a lot of card games that I still show today.
Mm-hmm.
I played a lot of cards with him in the locker room, and he was, if he liked you, he called you boss.
Mm-hmm. How do you remember how big the bill was the first time you ate with Andre?
I think when I was 13, I think it was like $200.
Jesus. So what year was this?
13. Hell, I had to be 76, maybe 75. Well, I was born in 58. 58, so
71.
73, 74, yeah.
Wow. And the usual question, how much did you see personally Andre drink in one sitting?
Well, my brother said they were at the Hemsley Palace one time in New York. They all went out drinking. He said he drank 365 beers, I think. I think it was 68 pounds in weight. He added it up in weight.
Easy.
He said he also drank a bottle of liquor. They said he passed out at Hemsley Palace on the floor in the lobby room. So they couldn't move him, so they went and got some sheets, put over him, and put plants around him until the next morning.
And this is the very final question about Andre is, in your opinion, as someone who's 6 foot, you're looking at Andre, how tall was Andre at his peak, do you think?
As me remembered, I never measured, but they always said he was 7'4".
Mm.
24-inch shoe. I remember him taking his ring off, sliding half a dollar through his ring.
Wow.
Yeah, so you imagine how big your finger was.
Yeah. And you never wrestled him, did you?
Oh, no.
No.
My brother wrestled partners with him, Rick Gibson. And Rick Gibson was the first wrestler, trivia question, the first wrestler to drop kick off the top rope.
Really?
They got it in Japan, 1972.
Man, that is a trivia question. So he's the very first one ever, or did he get it from someone secretly? Or
in Japan, they got it. They keep track of all their stuff. And Rick Gibson, 1972, was the first wrestler. I don't know if it was in Japan, but he did it in Japan.